Cause if you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
But black power starts with black women. It just does.
I hit a woman for the first time in my life. And I'm having fun.
But I want to address this simping allegation. Do I simp for black women? Yes. I love black women. I don't like y'all niggas. It's an easy decision to make. Sorry.
When I die, I'ma go to Snow Bunny Heaven. Snow Bunny Heaven.
So be We are not interested in families in the Black community.
I want what you white hoes get, and I want it today, ASAP, not tomorrow.
If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing.
Mic check. How y'all doing out there tonight? We're about to get this thing moving. Hurry up, take a seat, man. It's almost ready.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it on that.
We gender warring tonight, y'all. We are gang banging in the chat tonight. Gender banging is activated. Someone lit the flames. Rohan calls for aid. Tonight, we ride. Get those likes up. I need one of y'all to hit the like button. You know how it is. I just need one of you niggas to hit the like button. Decide amongst yourself who it's going to be.
All I'm going to say is, black men, I get it. I get it. I'm literally at work and just came in my car for a quick little break because it's like watching that clip was very triggering to me. And it's like, I understand that as black women, y'all stick by this very immature, like girls code thing, but y'all have to realize when people can literally look through your dramatics and the drama that comes with some of you black women. Her statement and his statement was both valid, but she took it too far. You dragged it too long. And then your insecurities about where you stand as a black woman started to peek out because there is plenty of black, beautiful women with long, beautiful, thick hair, but you instantly said, if you want Becky with the good hair, then go get Becky with the good hair. Where did that come from?
Now, as a black man who isn't really physically into Becky's, I'm more like psychologically into Becky's, right? I like the idea of Becky. Becky represents a particular type of thing, and I lean into that. I use that to my rhetorical advantage over here, but I don't actively pursue the Becky. She's not really on my list of agendas. You know what I mean? Not something I wake up thinking about. Other women, perhaps, not Becky. Not most of them, anyway. You know, there's some of y'all. It's just across the board. But I like the idea of what Becky represents, right? Becky represents a particular threat in the minds of a lot of black women. It's almost a type of kryptonite for a lot of black women. Now, she's about to comment on this Pop the Balloon episode here that went viral recently.
Not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why not?
I'll say more so like the hair. So more so attracted to longer hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before we let this lady run off with her clip and her TikTok, I want to share with you the actual clapback she's talking about. So we're all in it together. We're all up to date together.
Name and age.
Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm 33.
And Sandy, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I ended up popping it because you're attractive. You know, you got it going on. But that comment about hair, I know your mama got short hair too. She's black. At the end of the day, black women.
How you know mama got short hair too? Like right off the bat, the attitude and the disrespect, and you're obviously upset and triggered. And I don't really get why she would be personally triggered. Like, you know, I would have to know her a lot more to understand that. But I'm not really going there. I'm just not feeling her whole disposition right now.
I mean, you don't know what to expect with our hair. We could wear it straight, we could wear it curly, and that was just like too much for me. So I don't got time for it. If you don't know, if you can't grow up from your roots, then you can't grow up with me. So that's how I feel.
Interesting. Um,
Go ahead.
I mean, my mom's actually on my necklace. She doesn't have short hair for one.
It doesn't matter. It's
But
about who you are as a brother.
Now his mom doesn't matter. Because, there are black women with long hair, Shout out to my funky ass baby mama. If she didn't have long, luxurious hair, we might not have stuck it out. I don't know. For me, it was just a thing. I need to know you'll never, ever wear a weave. And so her having beautiful hair was an extra plus for me, right? On top of all the other things, right? And so now, all these years later, I look at my daughters and they have their mother's hair. And I'm like, yes. Because I don't want them to suffer, the bald black girl struggle. And so genetically, I did what I could, right? There's only so much I could do, and I did what I could. Like my youngest the other day, we were all out together, me and my 3 kids, and I just looked at her real quick. My daughters are coming out really nice. And my youngest, I was like, you kind of got like movie hair. Not a lot of black girls get that.
Hair don't make your personality. You dig me? It's about who you are. If you're confident with short hair, long hair, it doesn't matter. Because a lot of girls that do have long hair, hairs be thin. I have a salon. When I was 16, I brought my mother a salon with my business that I do. Yeah. So yeah, I have dealt with so many.
What business were you running at 16? Was it drugs or box? Like, what were you doing at 16? Come on. I mean, what, you selling weave maybe? I don't know. Maybe she was into modeling. I don't know. Maybe she was a model and she made some money while she was young. It could happen. Who knows?
Type of hairs. Shout out to my mom. Captivated Styles in the building. Philly, we here. But what you said, it's just not for me. You need to really check on your ends before you talk about long or short hair, because a lot of girls with long hair be having no hair just because it's long is thin. So yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
I hate to pick, but of all the regional black accents, I got to tell you, I'm not a fan of the Philly accent on women. That South Philly, it's turning me off all the way. And technically, she's not a horrible looking woman, but the accent just I cannot stand being talked at in that voice with that sound. Like, don't just keep making that sound at me. Like, no, we're not about to do this. I'm not about to be sitting in the car with you and you just making these Philadelphia noises at me. Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Sounds triggered.
It's not triggered.
First of all, I didn't say the hairstyle she had was not good.
You said you don't like girls with long hair. No. That's not right. You should never said that at all. As a black brother, you should have kept that as what it was. You should have just.
Now you're gonna tell him. You actually feel as though you have the right to tell him what he should or should not have said. Like, he cannot express himself according to whatever he wants, because I guess he just doesn't have it in him. He doesn't have the right. And this is the kind of thing that created the black manosphere, right? This is why there is a manosphere in general, because most dudes just don't want to be told that they can't say anything because women. I don't want to be told I have to shut up because women. Like, I'm not supposed to talk. And then not only that, here's the real killer. As a black man, you shouldn't say that, right? That's kind of her working concept at this point. It will never be said, as a black woman, you shouldn't do X, Y, Z. There are never rules put on black women. It's only the men who have rules. Only men have responsibilities. Women just have an endless list of privileges, apparently.
Said, you're not just my type, but hair, it's a different, you can't talk about hair. If you want hair, go get what you want. If you want Becky with the long hair, go get what you want. Don't talk to black women up here about hair. That's just it. And I'm not triggered. Like I said, at the end of the day, your hair is nappy. Your hair is short. You should be happy where you came from, period.
If my hair is short and nappy, why would I want a woman who got short and nappy hair? Why would I want a woman who look like a man? Why do I want you looking like me? How does that even work for you? And again, there's this weird, almost loss of even the conceptual understanding of why men and women are drawn to one another.
Can I talk, or are you gonna interrupt me again?
I don't want to hear what you have to say.
You still
But
going?
you can say what you want to say,
Yeah.
but don't talk about black people here. But
So
let's hear from him. Go
so
ahead.
again, her hairstyle is nothing wrong with it. So it's my preference, right? So if I'm here to date, I'm here to find someone for me. So I'm not dating multiple people. You're not dating multiple people. So my comment to her has no sort of
But
significance on
I'm a
you.
black woman. If I want to wear my hair like hers one day, what you gonna say? Oh, I don't like your hair. I'm gonna go date Becky up.
And you know what's really wild about the hair thing? I don't know how real or fake this lady's hair is, but there's a black woman right next to him with long hair. Why is he not allowed to prefer A over B? I'll give them both the same level of raw physical attractiveness. One has long hair, one has short hair. One has an afro, technically, and the other has long, flowing hair. I am more aesthetically drawn to the long, flowing hair. Why is that wrong? Because African women don't have long, flowing hair naturally? Ah, well, sucks, doesn't it? My daughter's got long, flowing hair. I don't know what's wrong with y'all hoes.
the street. Follow along. Thank you.
I'll say this: at the end of the day, are you here to find a man, or are you here to be?
I'm not here to find you. I'm here to find someone that's gonna accept me, floss and all. And if you can't accept this young lady up
Sounds like you're here
here,
to find the sister code.
no,
So we can move forward.
actually, women,
We can move
we
forward.
are here, and
We
there's
can
a
move
lot
forward.
of black women that's lined up in here. So you can't.
The sister code. He called it correctly, too. She was like fake standing up for the sisterhood. But what the sisterhood really is, you know, we talk about the longhouse and all that. It's if we all stand in unity as women, we can make the men submit individually. And that's really what she's attempting to do here. It's basically a struggle session.
Can't talk about here. It's not about the length or the texture. Know what you say before you talk to black women. That's it. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, where was I?
Fair enough. That's not right. You should never said that at all. As a black brother, you should have kept that as what it was. You should have just said, you know, you're not just my type. But here, it's a different. You can't talk about hair. If you want hair, go get what you want. If you want Becky with the long hair, go get what you want. Don't talk to black women up here about hair. That's just it. And I'm not triggered.
Her hairstyle is nothing wrong with it. So it's my preference, right?
Your hair is nappy. Your hair is brown. Period.
Yeah.
But don't talk about to silence black men.
Yeah, are you gonna interrupt me again?
I don't want to hear what you have to say.
You still
But
gon-
you can say what you want to say,
Yeah.
but don't talk about black people. I think for me, I'm triggered because I don't like seeing black women trying to silence black men. It's like black men are not allowed to state their preference. They're not allowed to have a voice. It's like black women try to just chop black men in half. And I don't like stuff like that. And once again, I don't know if that comes from having my dad around. I don't know if that comes from having 7 blood brothers that I was raised with. I don't know what the trigger be, but it be like it puts something in me to want to come light fire underneath you women, because it kind of be like, who do y'all be thinking y'all be talking to? Y'all be talking to black men like they kids.
Damn, I thought I unpaused it. Anyway, let me start over. Now I gotta take a drink. My bad, y'all. My bad. Now, you know what? Before I go on, let me read the super chat. Thank you, KMS. Let's take a quick soft reset here since I was all muted up on the dummy mission. KMS with the 5 ball says, everything else aside, it seems that black women start off by being a pain in the ass. Can you accept me being worst? No, ma'am, passport. I've noticed something similar. I mean, I'm phrasing it differently, but a lot of black girls seem to think it's their right as women to disturb you as a man. And this kind of goes across the board with women in general. Women, you know, her boredom means you're going to have an argument. You know, her boredom means you're going to get sent on a mission. Her boredom means that you have to actually monkey dance because she wants to see it happen. Like, they just kind of are like that in a lot of ways. I think black women kind of run that to a wild extreme. But yeah, it's definitely a thing that's just there, man. But shout out to KMS, y'all. Hit that like button. Sorry, I was muted up. We're going to start over. We're going to take that from the top.
I need that money.
Now, what this lady is saying here, it does probably matter a lot that she has a father that she identifies with, that she has brothers that she loves and respects or whatever, because not just having a father, because it's a two-part thing, right? You have to have a father, and then he also has to be like a worthy man, you know, a man that's respectable. He gets the respect of his peers, the family, the children can look up to him. That creates a different type of world and a different type of environment for the kids to live in. And so it probably does matter that she had that, because the community at large has such a lack of patriarchal masculine figures for people to like look up to and be drawn to, that the general rule is Black America is female identified. The women and a lot of the men identify more with the concept of the woman as opposed to the concept of the man.
It's like they y'all kids or something. Y'all allowed to get on the stage and say, I want my man to be taller. Oh, I'm sorry, you're just not tall enough. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like men with dreads. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like light-skinned men. Y'all allowed to get up there and dissect and tear men down based off things they can't change. A man who was born 5'7", he can't change his height. But a woman, if she is in a shrinkage stage, which men don't know nothing about that man is allowed to say, I really don't care for that hairdo. Y'all say y'all don't care for certain things all the time. Y'all say, I don't like his profession. He's a truck driver. I don't like that. I don't like 9 to 5. Y'all give a straight line and list of things that y'all don't like. But the minute a man says, I would prefer a woman that's a little bit more fit, I would prefer a woman with a little bit different hairstyle, with a little less makeup, then y'all instantly take it as they're trying.
And you know, even this lady right here, her energy is manly and aggressive too, right? Even as she's speaking on behalf of Black men. And this is kind of the weird problem in Black America. It's like even a lot of the women who kind of understand and they kind of, you know, they won't speak against Black men so harshly like it's kind of the norm. A lot of them are masculine too. It's you know, the pool is very shallow to swim in, you know what I mean? And KMS with another foul ball, continuing the last comment. It's almost like a G check. Are you pathetic enough to deal with my effing nonsense outside of the chaos I will bring you as an XX chromosome? Yeah. Again, women in general, they, you know, chaos is a woman's plaything. And so, like, I get that about chicks. Sometimes they just like to play with chaos, right? And you can't escape that generally. With the whole Black woman aggressive behavior thing, though, it goes to an extreme where like people literally start to get hurt. And then, you know, they wonder why guys are falling away, or at least the guys that people want, you know, the guys with the money and the guys with the calm attitude that won't run in your jaw for getting all crazy. Like those guys are backing away. You're being left with the playboys and the thug niggas.
Trying to down talk women. And then you talking about Becky with the good hair as if you automatically assumed that he was going towards what? A non-Black woman? That be your own insecurities poking out, man. even gonna get on this fake girl code thing. Because if y'all so girls, I say this all the time because I know it's gonna blow 90% of y'all out the water. Y'all swear y'all love women. Y'all swear this is a girls code, girls run the world thing. Y'all act like we all just stick together, but y'all can't seem to stick together when it comes time to keeping y'all legs closed when y'all having sex with them other women's men. Y'all be happy.
Bro, they smoke Black and Miles. They roll backwoods. Wear Timberlands and Jordans every day. It's rough, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it's rough. Why you think I kind of came up with a particular archetype that I kind of, if I do like a black girl, there's a very particular energy about her. And I call it white girl energy, which is ironic because this is kind of what we're talking about tonight, the whole white woman thing. And that's kind of what I was talking about. I'm not necessarily physically chasing after white women, but I like the concept of it because it presents a different way of being. And I'm most attracted to black girls who have what I call white girl energy. And she ain't got it. She definitely ain't got it.
Having sex with married men, but this is a girls world. Y'all be having sex with girls that y'all know got boyfriends and relationships, but this is a girls world. Y'all be knowing that baby mama and baby daddy still deal with each other, but this is supposed to be a girls code. Y'all be fake. So that's what be triggering me. I don't like how y'all be disrespecting black men. I don't like how y'all try to shut black men down. And I love how that black man carried himself because that black man would have been considered a high value man. He makes good earnings for himself. I spotted some characteristics that I love. And I seen the fact that he was not willing to go back and forth with you due to him knowing how to choose his words and knowing how not to act off emotion, unlike yourself and unlike the other girls who don't got their own minds. Y'all don't know how to be yourselves. Y'all are peer followers. I'm gonna have to pop because he said this to her. I love black women down, but baby, what that man said to you really ain't got.
She fights niggas. She talks like she has been in physical combat with adult men. She probably won a couple of times too.
Nothing to do with me, especially when it comes to preference, especially when he didn't disrespect her. It wasn't even that deep. It's just the fact that you feeling yourself. You thinking you somebody because, oh no, I'm not just the Instagram model. I am the model. I am a model. You wanted to get up there and flex your little weak career because that's what y'all do. The minute women start making a little bit of money, the minute y'all start getting a little bit of funds to yourselves and a little bit of credentials, y'all start trying to buck up to man like, oh yeah, because I got this and I got that. It's like y'all feel like when y'all got some type of credential behind y'all name, it almost put like an S on your chest. And this is exactly why men say they don't want to date women in certain brackets, because it's not because they're intimidated by women that's successful. It's with success comes a nasty attitude, nasty spirit, and y'all just get to trying to be super like tough for no reason. It was never that deep, baby girl. You was up there battling your own insecurities and you wanted to let people know what you was doing.
Bro, she got rapper energy. Vision, bro, she got gangster rapper energy. I bet if I go through her playlist right now, it's Chief Keef, it's Meek Mills, random drill rappers nobody ever heard of yet. She like, oh, that's my little cousin. He gonna be dope. Watch. I'm telling you, her playlist is straight up kill nigga shit, bro. I can tell all she do is listen to gangster music. I can't, bro. I can't.
Yo, like,
and she kind of cute too with her little big ass nose, but nah, ain't gonna
so you
work.
wanted that spotlight, but y'all killing me with the double standards. But it's okay though, because black man, I got y'all. I respect y'all. Shout out to my daddy and shout out to all 7 of my brothers and shout out to all 68 of my
7 brothers. Oh nah, yeah, definitely not going. 7 brothers. She grew up slap boxing, bro. Nah. She was in the front yard slap boxing. It's not gonna happen, bro. Nah. She got 7 brothers. They was doing wrestling maneuvers on her ass in the house, bro. Nah, she is built for tough, bro. We is not messing around. No, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Are killing me with the double standards. But it's okay though, because black man, I got y'all. I respect y'all. Shout out to my daddy and shout out to all 7 of my brothers and shout out to all 68 of my nephews. I get it, y'all.
But at least she understand though. At least she understand. You know, I got no game, but she understand my story. That's all I really asked for. That's all I really want right there. Cause she a tough broad. She is a tough broad, no lie. When I want to slap a chick, I'm gonna call her first though. That's the type of chick you need to have in your circle. You need like one or two of them in case the other one is busy. Yeah, I need you to come and run in this chick jaw for me real quick. She'd be like, all right, as soon as I finish whipping this nigga ass, I got you. Like, I'm telling you, she's just a rough and tumble. I rock rough and tough with my Afro puff ass chick, bro. I'm telling you. All right, now let's talk about your boy DDG. I have an update on the DDG situation. Apparently, there's been some judicial rulings handed down. Visitation hours are from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is during her little Italian getaway. He had to have a quick court proceeding about the Italian thing, I guess, right? Visitation hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Hallie's team originally proposed 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. So he gets a roughly an 8-hour day with the kids. So he's got to go to Italy, follow her to Italy for, all right, you do what you got to do, right? He followed her to Italy, gets to have the day with the kid. A supervised visit with Hallie's nanny and security. Crazy work, right? Hallie's lawyer raised concern that the nanny felt unsafe alone. That's why she needs the security. No overnights allowed. DDG can't take Halo more than 3 miles from the hotel. That's literally a stipulation. Must stay near Hallie's hotel. That's basically the same thing twice right there. And no social media post of Halo by DDG. The last part I really don't think is a big deal, but this is what she got to get, right? This is what she got to go through. I'm bringing that up for a particular reason, not just because of Hallie and DDG individually, but there's something I'm building up to here. I caught wind of another video clip recently. We haven't even gotten to the hard part yet. Oh my God, we haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. Guys, listen. It's gonna happen. This shit right here, nigga. When I show you this shit right here, nigga, bruh. One of y'all might be so mad you're gonna have an angry tear coming down your cheek. I'm telling you, this shit right here. Oh man, but we not there yet. This is where we are right now.
Nobody cares when a man finds his woman under a bridge.
No, I live for Stedman, but you know that Stedman has for many decades been the butt of jokes.
Yeah, because of gender rules.
Yes.
People feel like because she's Oprah Winfrey, who did y'all want her to be with? Barack Obama? That doesn't make sense, guys. I mean, I feel like that's the weird thing about powerful women, what we're left with. So I'm supposed to find love, but he's got to have a certain amount of money. And then, but at the same time, I got to still be like, guys, what's going on here? Why am I? Nobody cares when a man finds his woman.
Keke Palmer has the crazy lady eyes. I'm not really a fan of hers, so it's not like I watched a lot of her work or whatever, but it's all coming out now. I think she hit the wall recently, and now she just got crazy lady eyes now.
Woman under a bridge. No one cares.
No one
cares.
Look, you telling me? Look.
No one.
What is that? Dolomite, you might be right. Keke looked like she in love with the Coco, and she got it for the Lolo. But really, though, what is that? Not the killer kung fu. Killing me right now. The killer kung fu wolf chick. Oh, God.
cares.
No one cares.
No one cares. And I frankly don't care if that's who you love. That's who you love. Why do we have to deal with that?
Yes.
That to me makes no sense. I ain't never look. My daddy told me a man needs to treat you right. He needs to handle and service you in whatever way you need service. Let me tell you one thing that Kiki don't need.
Money.
From nobody. Now, if you want to give a little something and get my nails done, something cute,
but
I'm fine with
do that? But
you know what is the point of women having all this money? Like from a societal function perspective, like the role it plays in the community, it seems like giving women access to all this money and success on their own only makes them even harder to please and harder to live with and get along with. Like, we really got to think this women and money thing. Believe it or not, you know who understood the relationship between women and money the most? You know who really had a handle on the problem of women and money? Pimps. Listen, I know it sounds counterintuitive, and, you know, God knows that Christians don't want to hear this, but the art of pimping technically understands your woman better than you do in most cases, right? True story. True story. The art of pimping will teach you more about your woman than all of your sermons in church. You keep taking her ass to church, though. Don't you put her on that corner. But I'm just saying, the pimps understood. You keep your boot on her neck and you keep her money in your pocket. Those are the two rules that should never be broken. The pimps knew. Pimps be having long relationships too. That bottom chick, man, she be with him till retirement.
My daddy told me a man needs to treat you right. He needs to handle and service you in whatever way you need service. Let me tell you one thing that Kiki don't need.
Money.
From nobody. Now, if you want to give a little something and get my nails done, something cute,
but
I'm
shouldn't
fine
they
with
do
it.
that? But shouldn't they make that effort?
Yeah.
Because
but you might still look like Stedman to the world, and that's a great role.
And that's a great role.
Let me ask the chat, is the Stedman role a great role? I'm going to save my thoughts just a couple of minutes, guys. I need you guys to answer the question for me. Is the Stedman role a great role? As a man, how many of you guys aspire to be the Stedman of your relationship? Meaning the smaller flame, the number 2 jersey, you're always in the passenger seat as opposed to the driver's seat. You know how, like, little girls, when they're, you know, small, sometimes they imagine like their wedding or whatever. I don't know that any little boy imagines himself as the Stedman of a relationship, right? Stedman was never a career path for most guys. It's not something you actually work toward. At best, you fall into it because, you know, life does what it does, and maybe that's the best deal around. But how many people actually are like, you know what, that's what I want? And the thing is, modern Black women, especially with having all this access to money and resource or whatever, they want you to be Stedman.
Nails done, something cute.
But
I'm fine
shouldn't
with
they do
it.
that? But shouldn't they make that effort?
Yeah.
Because
but you might still look like Stedman to the world, and that's a great role.
And that's a great role.
Because if I was married to, I was with Oprah Winfrey.
Hey, you just be sitting up your way.
Chilling.
Yeah,
and Stedman, by the way, Stedman's esteemed.
Yeah.
Stedman has a whole career. He's just
not
Oprah.
Yeah.
So the fact that how dare people compare you to your lover?
Yeah.
I hate that Oprah had to endure that.
Yeah. Exactly.
I hate that she had to endure that.
It's
and I hate
true.
that Stedman had to endure that. And that's why I said what I said, because you had a good role.
The role that a lot of Black women desire for the Black men is just fundamentally far apart from the role that Black men desire to play. It's like the place that I want to fit inside your life looks nothing like the place that you want me to fit inside your life. And that is where the disconnect happens. And we're talking about high level, high income people here, but I promise you, this is hell on the lower classes of people.
You were supposed to be my Stedman.
Yes.
Come on.
He was.
When I played that for my dad said, yeah, because why did he want to be Stedman?
Why would you want to be Stedman? But that's what they want. And they want you to want that. Otherwise, then there's something wrong with you if you don't want that.
As women, we can decide for ourselves, am I a masculine woman? There's nothing wrong with that. Some women want to be in control, and they can have a man that is, you know, taking notes or whatever. You know, that's not that's holding the purse.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hold my bag. Pull up. I need you to go.
Literally holding the purse and taking directions. That's the role they envision for you as the partner to a modern woman. Hold my purse and take directions. Do the thing. Carry the wood. Mow the lawn. Pick up that tree, Toby.
Toby be good nigga for massa. Good nigga. Don't send Toby away.
You know, taking notes or whatever. You know, that's not that's holding the purse.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Hold my bag. Pull up. I need you to go here, do that, like whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe that's the house husband.
The beta man.
And you know what? For a lot of women, this also kind of explains the Pookie attraction. Let me explain something about the Pookie attraction. This is one thing most people really don't see in the whole Pookie with a regular woman dynamic. Like, she's a professional, you know, she's in nursing or something like that. She's a manager at some place or whatever. And her boyfriend is just some hood nigga with no real ambitions or whatever. Generally speaking, Pookie is like a child. He may have cash money, if he actually even has that, because that's not a given. He may have cash money, but he doesn't really know what to do with the money. Can't buy a car in his own name. Can't get an apartment in his own name. Like, he literally cannot operate in the world of men without having that woman to, like, give him access to the larger world. That is literally the relationship between Pookie and the professional, stable girlfriend. And so through her, he can access the larger world, and, you know, he can get into the credit system, and he can get a car and all that. And he'll give her the dope money to pay for things or whatever. And then, you know, they'll get by like that. And that works for her because technically she is in the power authority position. And that's really what she wants.
You know what I'm saying? Hold my bag. Pull up. I need you to go here, do that, like whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe that's the house husband.
The beta man.
The beta man. No, but if I'm the masculine, you're the feminine, and that's what I want, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But if I want to be a feminine woman, you need to be in control.
There's so many.
As women, we
So black men be on some, I don't date black women because black women are toxic and they're ratchet and they're this, that. So you go to the enemy's daughter, right? So you go to the white woman, the same white woman that got many of our ancestors lynched off trees, burned off crosses, had our, testicles cut off and all of these things for false accusations placed on our peoples. Emmett Till lost his life because a white woman accused him of something that he didn't even do, and she admitted that on her deathbed, right? So you're telling me you don't date?
You know what I realized? This is I don't know how unique it is, but I think this is a fairly unique thing for black men. Like no other race of men talk this way. White men don't typically shame other white men for getting non-white women. Even the far right white nationalists, I don't really care to be around you darkies types, looking at you bumpkin, they will smash black women deeply and vigorously, right? It might even drop a seed in them every now and then. Now, here's what's interesting about the dynamic between black men and black women versus white men and white women. White men will shame white women for dating outside the race, right? They have all kind of pejorative words. You know, you paid the tax, you burned the coal. White women do not, I repeat, do not have any pejoratives for white men who date out. They just have to take it. Yeah, I have never heard of any white women group. There's been no movement of white women who are like, oh my God, these white men, all they do is date Latinas and Beckys. What happened to white love? I can't believe you white men don't want to pursue white love. What's wrong with you? Now, in Black America, it's completely opposite though. Black men don't have any real word for black women who date out. Like a divester is a word a black woman came up with herself. A swirler is a word a black woman came up with herself, right? They lean into it and black men have accepted it. Back in the day, it was more of a thing, but now it's not even a battle. The only battle that's being waged is with a practicing homosexuals like this brother right here, who are like, how come you black men aren't race loyal to black women? And there is zero pressure for black women to be equally race loyal. It doesn't happen. This is literally bizarro land.
Black women because they're ratchet and they're even though this has to do with you not looking yourself in the mirror, because if you're attracting low vibrational black women over and 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 over, right? You are on a low vibration because you only attract what you are. So you're blaming the black woman, saying, I don't date black women because this, that, this, that, this, that. But it's your vibration for why you keep attracting low vibrational black women, right?
You know what, Patrick? He does look like a Snickers eater. And you know what they say about Snickers, bro? You're just not yourself when you're hungry. You're just not you. Maybe that's why he's talking like this. He just hasn't had a Snickers bar in a while.
But you say you don't date black women because she's ratchet, she's toxic, whatever. But then you go to the white woman, the same white woman that got many of our ancestors killed and are still getting our peoples locked up and killed today off of false accusations. Does that make any sense?
Now, I'm gonna ask. I don't typically do this, right? Because you know, we peoples here, and you know, I do it for the love of the game. But I feel like this is a worthy cause, because I don't know that anybody in the Black manosphere has taken you guys here yet. And listen, whether or not I'm even quote unquote Black manosphere is debatable. You know, I'm a little bit of all over the place. You know what I mean? But that being said, I know I offer you a sort of content that nobody else in Black America offers you. Even Chaotic Truth, Highlander nigga, I offer you some shit that you're not even gonna get on the Chaotic Truth channel. And I think this next little place that we're about to go, it's worthy of donation. You got to put $1 in the hat. Think of it, beige manosphere. I think I'll take beige manosphere. Think of it as an admission fee. Think of it as an admission fee, gentlemen. We are going to Snow Bunny Heaven. Yeah. We are going to Snow Bunny Heaven. And it is worth a modest admission fee. So if one of you gentlemen would be so kind enough as to drop $1 in the hat as I take you on a guided tour of Snow Bunny Heaven, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
When I die, I'ma go to Snow Bunny Heaven. Snow Bunny Heaven.
Hey, black men, why do you have so much ego? No, seriously. You walk around like you invented gravity. Like the air gets thicker when you show up, like you knew that we were going to look before you even said a word. And don't get me started on that walk. You know the one. At first I thought it was cocky, but now I see it for what it really is. It's confidence built from generations who had to fight just to survive. It's pride that says, I will not shrink for anyone. It's survival turned into style. It's knowing that you've got magic in your melanin, power in your presence, and fire deep within your soul, and not apologizing for any of it. And the best part, you bring all that energy into the world and you still find a way to make other people feel seen. You still know how to laugh from deep within your chest. You still protect, you nurture, you flirt, and you love with your whole heart. So yeah, black men might have a little too much ego, but I'd say they've earned almost every single bit of it. And I hope that you never dim that light for anyone. And this Snow Bunny right here, she's not here to dim your light. She's here to reflect it right back onto you. And keep walking like that crown is glued the fuck on. Because let's be real, it is. Black men, if you were enjoying my sermons, please save them, share them to the other black men in your life. Comment, like, and follow. I will be going live again this weekend, so make sure you set up your alerts. I so appreciate you being part of this little congregation that we've built, and I hope you have an amazing start to your week. Happy Monday. Snow Bunny out.
When I die, I'ma go to Snow Bunny Heaven. Snow Bunny Heaven.
Make it stop. Make the hurt stop, please. Like,
If you can look closer, I can see it on my screen. I don't know if you guys can tell, but her TikTok channel name is Church for Black Gentlemen. She is in a church. She has opened up the Church for Black Gentlemen. Thank you, Dolomite, with the $2 super chat. Admissions paid. Patrick with the $1.99. Thank you so much. American Man with the $2. Thank you so much. We are going on a tour of the Church for Black Gentlemen, sponsored by Becky. My man, Infinite Observer with the $3. My the Midwest Request with the $2. Thank you so much, Mr. O. Look, Mr. O. We are going to the Church of Black Men. Shout out to Becky. I was unfamiliar with her game. I apologize deeply, Becky. I will be in church every Sunday, Becky. I will be in church every Sunday, Becky. I did not know. I was deeply unfamiliar with your game. I'm going to study your game now. I'm going to watch your footage, your game tape. I'm going to buy your trading cards. Becky. Wow. What are you doing with all of that? Anyway, like I said, the Church for Black Men.
Reach your destiny and go to a level. You can achieve greatness. You can achieve and reach your destiny and go to a level that no one ever imagined that you can achieve great.
She's doing Black Man motivational ASMR. Now, I don't want to go out and just automatically assume that no Black woman is doing this. Maybe there's one. Maybe there is one noble Keisha somewhere out in the world, and I don't know about it. But where are Black women putting out this type of content? She has created an entire church just for black
Get
men.
it again. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I come in the name of Jesus. Repeat it after me, bitch. I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit.
I feel like her church and my church, we should have a picnic together. Our churches get along. I feel like our churches can get along well. We can do great things together.
She got a little mouth on her, but she cute and she cool.
Becky and her church.
I don't know how else to put it. I think that's just how I feel. Yeah.
I love it, man. And you know what? Since you went there, it's the prominent speaker, Dr. Umar Johnson. He's always adamant about that. Like, black men should be with black women, white women should be with white men, and I just don't see that. I maybe I'm wrong, but you just spoke to it. What do you think, though?
Yeah. I have seen the comment about Dr. Umar at this point thousands of times. Excuse me, not just publicly on the video comments, but even in my DMs, like, oh, Dr. Umar is going to come for you. And quite honestly, I live a very busy life. I haven't done a huge amount of research on who this person is. I understand the main message is that black men should be with black women and vice versa. I understand and I empathize with the fact that we don't want to see black people eliminated because mixing happens 100% of the time. God forbid, like that were the case and there were no more black people, I wouldn't have met my black man. My black man is a beautiful man. Okay.
Hey, tell him to step in the screen. Tell Big Dog to step in the screen right quick.
He's in there. He's in there putting tint on our windows because it's very hot in Florida. But I empathize with that. I understand that. I don't think that we want to see any other type eliminated. But I do think that when hundreds of thousands of years go by, there may be things that we don't even have today when you mix genetics. I empathize, but I think that, again, everybody has autonomy to find who they want to exist with and live their life with. I don't know how else to put it. I think that's just how I feel. Yeah. I also believe that there's what we call swagger. There is just this care for how you look, how you appear out to the world, taking care of yourself, your skin, your appearance. All of that makes a very confident and attractive man. And I also believe that there's what we call swagger. There is just this care for how you look, how you appear out to the world, taking care of your.
Most of us, right?
So true. Yeah.
I don't know why that popped up on my page, but what you said, it was genuine. And a few people were like, when it first started out, it was like, people were like, okay, now where the hell is she going with this?
Yeah.
But I wanted to just talk to you about, what got you started in this direction, uplifting the brothers.
Yeah. So what got me started? Well, I'm dating a black man. Obviously, that's very public on my page. And he is the muse behind the Church for Black Men. Black Gentlemen, I think is what I called it. I don't even know my name on TikTok. It's either Church for Black Men or Church for Black Gentlemen. I'm not quite sure. But I heard him listening to a video with this girl, and she was talking about her black man, and she was white. And he's like, wow, look at this. This is so cool. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't like her voice. It was just nails on the chalkboard to me. And it just gave me.
Shout out to Jesse with the $2 super chat, and also Midwest Request again with the 2 ball. Did Hood low key pass around the collection plate? I listen, like I told you, bro. What other nigga is gonna take you inside the Church for Black Men, bro? I bring you white girl heaven, snow bunny heaven, bro. They out here doing a whole black male motivational church movement. These niggas ain't want to tell you about that. They was hiding the bunnies from y'all.
When I die, I'ma go to snow bunny heaven. Snow bunny heaven.
ick. So it was like a Monday. And then Wednesday came around and I'm hearing the girl's voice again. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not about to sit by my man in the evening and listen to this chick's voice. And he's smirking about it. Like, I got to do something about this. So I made this parody video of her, and it was really just meant to be a video to him. I sent it to him in the middle of his workday on WhatsApp. He loved it. And that's the very first video that's posted to the page. So that was the start. And it snowballed from there, where I shared it with other Black men in my life. And they're all like, this is TikTok. You have to do TikTok. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. But then I did, because I'm like, maybe 10 people will see it. It'll uplift a couple Black men. Cool. And then it just exploded. So that's the story. I am not the OG. There is an original girl out there who exists that I don't know, who also hypes up her Black man. But I just like to think now I'm doing.
So two different white women on their own started up branches of the church for Black men. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. God damn it. Gotta love the Beckys. When they really get into something, they get into it. Next thing you know, there's gonna be like a whole social network and a club and all that. I'm telling you.
When I die, I'ma go to Snow Bunny Heaven. Snow Bunny Heaven.
A little better. You know, I am a writer and a poet, so it is a creative outlet at this point for me.
Number one, never give up. Number two, always listen to rule number one.
They love to say that y'all don't know how to get things done, but I know that that's not the truth because I live with the proof. My man will put in a full day's work, the hustle, the grind, steady as I'll get out, no complaints, and then he'll come home, change, and hit the gym like the day hadn't even started yet, pushing weights, pushing limits, like rest is actually optional in his world. And then after all of that, he'll still come home and he'll start tinting the windows and making sure his family is cool and comfortable in this unforgiving Florida heat. But the best part, he knows how to keep us cool, but then this man will turn right around and heat me all the way up. And that kind of drive and that kind of care, the kind of consistency, it's not average. That is a Black man. So let's get this straight. Black men don't just get it done. They handle it and then they double back and they do extra.
Bruh, who is this white woman? Yeah, listen, somebody got to put her husband on. Tell her husband to fix her audio. Her husband is running the TikTok, it look like. Her husband got to do some audio. He is the man behind the machine. So homie got to fix the audio. His woman ain't talking right, but she's talking right though.
Especially if they're anything like my man. And me, I'm just out here looking around and trying to catch my breath while he's just ready to move on to the next thing. Black men, keep running the laps around average. Keep yourselves away from regular. The snow bunnies like me are out here watching in absolute awe. Black men, if you are enjoying these sermons, please comment on them, like them, share them out to the other.
I know who I am. I love who I am. I like what I do, and I like how I do it, and I like.
Losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like.
Every day I'm learning that the real flex is just being in love with yourself and ignoring the world and knowing that you. Every day.
Fucked up. It's so good that I have a sense of humor. Screw you.
Oh, that's
I caught you,
the dude. Nigga like he's playing football.
God really knows what he's doing. Don't stress out.
Hey, Black men, y'all are really out here aging like expensive whiskey and government secrets, like top shelf and heavily protected. I mean, every time that my man is out in public and people see his muscles, they run up to him all like, man, what do you do to get that big? How do you work out? What do you eat? Are you on steroids? Wait a second. How old are you? And when and if he even tells them, it's like instant shock. Like someone just ruined the end of an epic 3-part, 3-hour each movie series. I mean, he has the slightest little bit of salt and pepper coming through that beard, but the muscle tone, not a day over 30. I'm talking NBA draft type of energy, but still calls his mama after every single game. It's disrespectful, really. Meanwhile,
You know what's crazy? She talks about her man and black men in general the way black men talk about black women. Do you see the lopsided reality of it all? This is why I say shit like, I want the type of relationship that white men have. I want the type of family that white men have, right? That is what that gets you, right? Sound like she probably never said a bad word about that man in public ever.
the rest of the world's population is out here sleeping just the slightest bit out of whack, all like, where's a heating pad? I need 2 Advil. No, 4 Advil. And I might not see you for the next 72 hours because I need a recovery window. I don't know what kind of favor that y'all cashed in on, but listen, the glow is loud, the gains are louder, and all I'm saying is if aging were the game, black men already won. They showed up, hit that buzzer, walked off with the trophy before any other opponent even showed up. Black men, if you are enjoying my little sermons and you want to
Now, let's all be adults about this, right? Her choice of grift was immaculate. Of all the grifting she could have chosen to do, she could have been, typical, hey, look at my boobies, but she went in a very different direction. And I don't know that there is a black female equivalent. It would be nice, but I don't know that I really see that. There's a handful of like black women who are, content creators that are like kind of manosphere types, right? But this right here stands out because the majority of what you get in black content is more like this right here, the feature presentation.
Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome to the very first TPB Draft 2025.
This is allegedly comedy.
I'm your host, Lene Vanee, and with the NBA draft looming, I figured now's a good time as any to ask, why do all these black athletes end up with white women? It's a question that has community-wide implications, with interracial dating serving as the crux of these huge waste of time gender wars online. Well, somebody's got to have the conversation. In today's episode, we will explore all sides of this debate and even widen the scope because, as we know, it is not just a sports world phenomenon. So get ready to lock in with the Dream Team right here today on The People's Brief. These starting players and I are tackling a big one, and I have the pleasure of introducing our first round draft picks for tonight's conversation. Pick number 1 is no stranger to the sports world, a former collegiate D1 basketball star herself, turned storied sports journalist and TV producer for Essence's Black Women in Sports. She's the one and only Cherie Nicole.
I have no idea who this woman is. She's wearing a sleeveless t-shirt, cut off arms here. Anti-social. And you're a journalist. Oh God, yeah, I dislike you a little bit already. Oh, big nigga of energy. She has BDE. She has huge peen energy. Oh my God, no.
Pick number 2. Certainly ain't nobody to play with. Ready to go toe-to-toe on any topic on his famed and notorious Grits and Eds podcast. Let's get ready to shake the table with...
He doesn't go toe-to-toe with anybody. What do you mean toe-to-toe? I have only ever seen this nigga in a room full of women. He don't even let his homeboy on camera. Nigga do a whole podcast, got a whole homeboy that be in the background throwing him alley-oops and laughing at his corny jokes and shit. He don't even let that nigga smile on camera. This nigga only cap it up. He only cake it up with chicks, bro. That's all he ever do is kick it up with the girls, bro. Come on, man. What do you mean toe-to-toe? This nigga pigeon-toed? His toes must be facing each other because he don't go toe-to-toe with nobody.
Pick number 2. Certainly ain't nobody to play with. Ready to go toe-to-toe on any topic on his famed and notorious Grits and Eds podcast. Let's get ready to shake the table with he who shall hold them accountable, Deontay Kyle. And last but certainly never least, the last pig don't need no introduction because it's me. Multi-hyphenate talent and your most gracious and humble host. You know, it's your girl, Lene Vanee. Let's get this. Let me set the scene. Since there has been a fine 6'something man willing to shoot, dribble, pass, steal, or kick a ball, there's always been a line of women behind him ready to cash that check.
And you're mad that black women don't compete. They really did an entire show around the idea of why black men date white women. Like it is such a butt-hurting conversation that they had to talk about it for like 30 minutes straight.
Yeah. And I mean, cash is in cash in on their love for that man. But what we've seen over the years is that these successful black athletes have a certain affinity for blonde hair and blue eyes that we often criticize for various understandable reasons. However,
no. The blonde hair and blue eyes have an affinity for them too, though. It's a two-way thing, you know. One-way love is just a fantasy, man. Shout out to the boy Marvin. I want you, but I want you to want me too.
And I won't say I'm going to play devil's advocate because the enemy can't get a damn thing from me. But I will say that there are some nuances that might add some context to the conversation.
Straight up calling white people the enemy too, by the way. This is Revolt TV, y'all. The foreverlution rages on. You must forever be in a constant racial struggle against the white people.
Conversation around successful black athletes dating white women. With that being said, welcome to our own draft, ladies. The 2025 BEG draft. That's right, the Blue-Eyed Girlfriend draft, consisting of generic black athlete and all of the women fighting to become his blue-eyed girlfriend. And though not blue-eyed themselves, black women actually participate in this draft as well, whether they know it or not. So let's break down some of the factors that lead our future sports stars right on into their Caucasian happily ever after.
The interracial dating draft. I feel like Dave Chappelle should have done this. You're way in over your head right now. You do not really know how to do this properly. But you're gonna do it, and we're gonna watch.
So here we have them, ladies, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, coming in all colors, shapes, and sizes. But for the purposes of this argument, let's zero in on the black ones and the white ones. These young women come into college, and as tradition would have it, the men swarm. But what is it that takes a girl from dating the cafeteria dish boy to dating the most promising recruit of the season? Let's find out. First of all, black women are the most educated racial gender group in terms of college degree attainment. They hold a large...
Would you care to put that to the test, right? What are the degrees in, by the way? Because what seems to be happening is women are getting credentials, you know, they got the paper on the wall, but it doesn't seem to make them more proficient in this or that. Well, not proficient, right? Might not even be the right word. Let me try to organize these thoughts a little bit better. Before we started letting a lot of women go to college, like college students used to have to literally learn Latin. And over the years, it's not just a woman thing, but I think it's heavily due to the influx of women. Over the years, as we introduced more and more women into the university system, first as students, then as teachers and administrators and whatnot, the quality of a university education has gone down drastically. And so that even if you're a dude coming out of the university system, you're probably statistically dumber than a guy graduating from, you know, state university back in 1925, right? Now, I think for women, it kind of does go even double, because it seems to be like there's kind of a funneling system almost, right? Where women are just kind of passed through in a lot of ways until they get to a job. And then, you know, there's a term going around lately in the right wing where people are calling the entire economy from college to the workplace. They're basically saying it's just female adult daycare. Like the vast majority of jobs that women hold boil down to female adult daycare. And it's just a scheme to keep women from having families, right? That's the theory anyway. That's the working theory on the right.
Larger share of bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and doctorates than any other race gender group in the United States. So as one would have it, when they get to college, it's clear that they mean business. Therefore, school choice within itself can be a deterrent from the start. That D1 university may have the coin, but does it have the degree program they're looking for? Are they giving out scholarships for their field of study? Then premier HBCUs, on the other hand, got a reputation, high academic standards, legacy, cultural values.
What HBCU has a reputation of high academic standard? I mean, I never went to college, so I'm not even trying to gangbang on that, but I've never really heard high academic standard and HBCU in a sentence together. Never, not once, until she just did it. And she tried it.
Acceleration programs geared for Black women, and not to mention a little something nice to look at on campus that's probably on the same type of time as you. Wait, HBCUs have sports programs too? Are they good ones? I didn't think so. The Black men at HBCUs are far more likely to be focused on academics and careers outside of the sports industry. So moving on, whatever the case is, the choice to stick to their...
I knew one of you niggas was gonna say Howard. And Howard may have been really esteemed, but from what I'm hearing, HBCUs across the board are kind of looking shabby lately. Even Howard. But maybe Howard is the one.
Kinfolk already knocks a few Black women off the board. On the other hand, you have our prospective NBA draft pick, who, if he's an NBA draft pick, likely chose this life a long time ago, because ball is life. He's tall, dark, and handsome. And unlike the Black women in the first bracket, that D1 university has everything that he needs. By his junior year of high school, his coach was already breeding him to be the top player at his state school.
This is supposed to be like a comedic sort of metaphorical explanation of interracial dating. I have no idea what she's trying to talk
So while
about.
he may miss out on the swag surfing and pretending to know all the words to dreams and nightmares at some random block party on the quad on a Wednesday night, he sleeps good, knowing those checks are always going to clear. Next up for my ladies still in the running, there's the question of what exactly everybody came to college for. Yes, everyone is ultimately here for an education. Please. But to make it to the top of the BEG draft, you have to be focused on your man too. According to TikTok, many young white women are groomed to prioritize getting that ring before spring when they go to school. On the other hand,
I really have to have that conversation with my daughter before she goes off to school next year. I've been kind of gaming it out in my mind, but either way, you know, we're just going to jump into it. But this is a conversation I need to have with my own daughter. I promise you, no matter what you hear, aiming for a happy marriage is the way to go. Now, here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker, right? And this is what I've kind of been thinking about approaching that conversation. Almost none of the women in your life can give you advice on how to do that because they're all hateful, spiteful, harpy bitches. So you're going to have to look for advice outside of them. But yeah, aiming for a happy marriage. And while you're in college on a medical path, that's the best time to lock one down. I promise you. That's what the white girls are doing.
and some of the Black women left have bigger fish to fry due to several socioeconomic factors, due to, well, racism. They're at college for upward mobility, to carry grandma and them bills on their back when they get out. A man would be nice, but a check would be better. So that knocks a few Black women off the board as well.
You hear that, right? A man would be nice, but a check would be better. And I've kind of long noticed this issue, right? Biggie said this literally in his famous breakout hit single, right? Get my daughter this college plan so she don't need no man. That is literally the thinking. While a lot of other women, white women in particular, we're kind of talking about, it is like part of their reputation. You've seen the TikTok videos going around for years now where graduation comes up and they got their cap and gown and their ring. And Black women, they just have caps and gowns and fat fingers. And it's a really different kind of image. It really is. It's striking.
Meanwhile, I see our star athlete is cruising right along because for him, he's already accepted the fact that he's going to be carrying his family on his back. He was conditioned into that mindset long ago, except for he's a man, so that's okay. So unlike the black women who may be stressed and pressed trying to make a bag and bring it back home, he's been getting called the man nonstop since he even got recruited. So yeah, he hasn't even noticed the black girls dropping out of his dating pool. But that might not even matter for the black girls that we have left, because now that you've even made it into the same dating pool as him, you now have to be prepared for what it's like to date an athlete. Because while the black girl's trying to play for his heart like Sinai, he might just be trying to play them for their services. He has away games. He's sore. He needs help with homework in the class he's only been to once this semester. Why? Because basketball comes first. And he needs a woman who is willing to take care of all of that for his sake.
And that's where Becky comes in. And I've literally heard that story before, you know what I mean? Like, she was there doing all the little things while he was off focusing on you know, trying to make it into the league or whatever. And so if you're going to lock down, if you're going to lock in, it's best to lock in now before you get all this money. And who's right there, been loyal, been helping you out, been an invisible supporter. And then not only that is another thing I've noticed with the athletes and the white women. Becky's whole family gets in on the game. Becky's entire family supports you. Now, you know, as a black man dating a black girl, her family is hostile enemy territory. You might have to clap one of these niggas one day.
When I die, I'ma go to Snow Bunny Heaven. Snow Bunny Heaven.
Now, you just heard me say that the black women left are there for better opportunities in the future. How can they focus on being a fairy god girlfriend if they have their own lives to focus on as well? And it's not just about focus, it's also about proximity. What are these women doing outside of class? What are they into? Likely diving into those extracurriculars that are going to propel them forward in their respective goals. SGA, Honor Society, intern programs, maybe even a dual degree program.
You know what Becky's hobby is? Her boyfriend. You know what Becky does in her spare time? Things for her boyfriend.
Sororities even. But we all know that that process and the priorities for black sororities are a whole lot different than the white ones. And the networks from the black ones have much farther and weightier reach in the professional world. Well, I guess I wouldn't know. I'm a GDI. But what I do know is that it takes a whole lot of those black ladies' time, sometimes a whole semester. Meanwhile, Lily and Emily done found a home for their extra time as team managers and interning with the sports massage therapist and are now on the road with the team. And
right. Focus and commitment. They knew what they wanted. They positioned themselves in the best possible arena to get what they wanted. And then they just kept at it.
And this isn't to say that white women don't potentially face the same obstacles as black women, but things work a little differently when society doesn't require you to grow up at a much faster rate than the other kids your age. And when you're not sitting on a trust fund or any measure of accumulated wealth. But I digress.
Yo, Indigo, help me out here, because she kept saying GDI, and I missed what that actually means. GDI, somebody tell me about that in the chat. What is GDI?
The point is, we see who's made it to the end of the BEG season 2025 draft. And of course, for better or for worse, our star athlete was always destined to be waiting for her at the top. So our guy has chosen to take his girlfriend and her blue eyes into sports stardom. They fell in love, and she just happened to be white. And that's your prerogative, King.
But you mad, though. No matter what, you mad. And that's the important part to think about, right? That is the crux of this whole issue. She white and you mad.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
My life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
Or generic black athlete. But the only thing I'll give you is that the circumstances play just as important a role here as do your preferences. On top of whiteness being the standard for beauty and the misogynoir that paints black women as undesirable, there are real, damaging implications behind black athletes who actively seek out anything but a black woman and are vocal about that. Because the average Joe...
How many black athletes are there that literally do that, though? And this is why The argument about black men dating out is really so tired because they act like these black dudes were somehow just programmed wrong and went off on this weird path. But in reality, they kind of get forced into a different dating market. And nobody wants to talk about that. A lot of black men who date out, they actually see what it's like on the other side and they're like, no, I'm going to choose that because it's better. Or they just have a rough time with black women and they have an easier time with white women. And so why do the hard thing all your life? True Hype with the 5-ball, he says, get the bag, but don't men on average make more than their counterparts? Where is the fact checking on this one? Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these women don't really understand the reality. And it is another thing that kind of just amounts to like straight up slander against black men. By and large, black men out earn black women. The gap may be a little bit closer than it is in, say, like white America or Asia America or whatever. But as a rule, black men out earn black women. There is a tiny percentage of black women who make more than the average black man. However, the way the women tell it, all you niggas is broke and dusty. That's me, though. I'm broke and dusty. I need that money.
I need that money.
Those who will never have the chance that your type of talent, stardom, or proximity to whiteness will do their best to emulate your success in any way they can, even if it's just having a white woman, and punching down on black women in the process because they have no other real way to verbalize their choice other than the fact that they want to be just like you. Now, will this new couple survive once our star athlete finally makes it into the big leagues? Will he be tokenized and fetishized to the point of no return? Will he use his proximity to whiteness to try to get him out of trouble over and over again when the police come knocking? Who knows? I mean, we absolutely do know, but for the sake of the bit, who knows? Nevertheless, until next year, this has been our 2025 BEG draft.
This is the least funny bit in all of black comedy. It is the least funny bit. Niggas have never been this unfunny. You literally got to go back to the slave ships. That was the last time niggas were this unfunny. We were literally on a slave ship. Couldn't even think of a joke.
My name is Lene Vanie, and don't you move because we've got more after this break. Well, y'all, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to sit here with you two specifically to have this conversation because this conversation can go in so many ways. So before we get started, just like give me a lay of the land. I guess maybe not what's your introduction, but what's your experience with the conversation about black athletes ending up with white women or black men who prefer white women at large?
I would honestly say mine is frustration.
Okay.
Because I think the conversation needs to go in a different direction.
Okay.
I think we're lacking the communicative skills to be able to even have a conversation that's edifying, that gets us to the other side of being frustrated.
You know what's weird? Let me just go back a couple of frames. She looked like more of a nigga than this nigga, bro. She taller than him. Her arms are bigger than his. I mean, they both kind of look similar in terms of outfit or whatever. But she looks more nigga than this nigga. They got the similar hair. Like their hair is very similar. It's just that she got her hair down and he got his hair up in a bun like a lady because he's a lady.
Needs to go in a different direction.
Okay.
I think we're lacking the communicative skills to be able to even have a conversation that's edifying, that gets us to the other side of being frustrated. It is something that's a real thing, and I can acknowledge that. But even as a black woman, a former athlete that went to a PWI, a single black woman, you know, I have my feelings. Like I love black men. I prefer them as well. So it's almost like sometimes I feel like, man.
And remember, I'm the one who told you this, right? The majority of women's political ideation stems from sexual rejection. Almost all of it. It's either sexual rejection or sexual attraction. One way or another, the majority of women's political ideology has sexual frustration at the bottom of it. They don't care about freedom, care about justice and none of that.
they got another one of them. But at the same time, it's like, you know, love is love. And there's so much, this is a convoluted issue. So for me, I'm just excited to dive in it with you guys. And hopefully people that watch.
Jason said they both look like studs, bro. Why? Why are you not wrong? They both look like studs, bro. Both of them they have a dyke wardrobe. How both of y'all got a dyke wardrobe? This is crazy, bro. Both of y'all looking like studs right now. Man, what is going on here? Yo, these new blacks are a different breed, man. These new blacks are a different breed, I tell you. It was wild out here, man. I'm kind of glad that I'm getting older. I don't have to like mix and mingle with this right now. Like, you know, I might have had to when I was a lot younger. Cause damn, bro, these new niggas, they had nothing like the old niggas, bro. These new niggas look like the new women. True Hype with the foul ball. He can't trust white people, but is wearing a Stone Cold t-shirt. Can I get a hell yeah? How, Sway? Bro, the niggas, bro, I'm telling you, they confused, man.
I'm telling you, man. This the reason why I be hating niggas, man. I'm telling you, man. It just be us. I be hating niggas, man.
Yeah, Snowman, I'm with you all the way, yo. Me and Angry Snowman both agree. These new niggas, they not like us, bro. All right, me and Snowman are in 1,000% agreement. These new niggas, they are nothing like us. I don't even understand these new niggas.
Will understand, like, it's not just as black and white, no pun intended, as it may come across.
And before we get to talking about more about preference and I guess what we find appealing or attractive, I want to speak a little bit to what you said about these people don't really understand me and I don't understand them. I think for me specifically, when I think about my choice and who I want to end up with, I want to be with somebody I don't got to explain nothing.
Yeah, I need my plight understood, and unfortunately, for sure.
No offense, Deontay, I'm gonna have to explain certain.
Nigga said, I need my plight understood for sure. What kind of relationship are you working on? Nigga said, I need my plight understood. What is she supposed to do? Like, tend to your slavery wounds? You got scars on your back that need to heal, nigga. What do you mean? I need my plight understood. Master just whooped you? You just got a beating and now you're trying to fall in love? Like, what are you talking about? I need my plight understood. These new niggas, man.
Toby be good nigga for massa. Good nigga. Don't send Toby away.
What do you even mean I need my plight understood? By a chick, bro? By a chick? You need your plight understood by a chick.
Thanks to a man. That's something you're not gonna get, but a white one for me, absolutely not.
Yeah, because it's two factors now. It's like also too. It's like I remember I was talking to this white girl one time because she had like red hair. I thought that was like I was like, whoa, like you feel me? Like this is crazy. You feel?
Nigga got triggered by red hair. How you get triggered by red hair? What is that? You never seen red hair before? Like what do you mean? Like, whoa, what is that? And you know, there's an odd every now and then black person born with red hair too. I know this for a fact because I've seen it more than once in my life.
I gonna get but a white one for me, absolutely not.
Yeah, because it's two factors now. It's like also too. It's like I remember I was talking to this white girl one time. Cause she had like red hair, I thought that was like, I was like, whoa, like you feel me? Like this is crazy, you feel me? But it's like I had brought her to my neighborhood, and like the way we was talking and communicating, she was like, "What does this mean? What does it mean?" I was like, "This is getting annoying." Like I'm not trying to translate, just kick like, shut up, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm thinking, but this how you think, cause it's like you watch this and it's like yo, Shada got red hair, like you see what I'm doing out here, like but the translation part, it was just like, oh, I really don't get these people. And then when I went to her house, it was like
I would look at you like that in my house too, honestly. I ain't gonna front. I just don't like you though. Clue with the $5 says, don't you trust these new nibbers over there? Shout out to Clue with the $5.
Don't trust them new niggas over there, leaving they nigga essence in the air.
Don't be trusting these new niggas, man. They don't know nothing about nothing but black women and struggle. That's all these niggas is made of, is love black women and struggle against the white man. That's all they know inside their heart.
Them happy, nappy head niggas with the fingers on the trigger.
Don't trust them new niggas. It's the last thing you should ever do with your life. You should carve a whole new path. Go off on a completely new journey before you trust these new niggas over there.
Don't trust them new niggas over there. Don't trust them big nostrils over yonder.
Anyway, back to the big nostrils over yonder.
How are you? It's like, what you wasn't expecting me? But nah, they wasn't expecting me. So it's like, oh yeah, something, these dynamics is
And now
off.
your safety.
Yeah,
is something that's on your mind.
like too uncomfortable to the point where it's like, yeah, go up and go in the room. And it's like, go in the room.
No, I ain't going no room.
Go in the room is.
Yeah, I was like, man, you know, my dad, he really gonna trip. I'm gonna get up out of here because I don't feel comfortable over here.
Okay.
So it's like, but you remember stuff like that. Even and as a boy, it's like when they daddy be looking at you weird, it's like, let me get up out of here.
You know, as a military brat, that was a part of my life as a kid. So, you know, military housing on base and off base, and on base and off. It was still military housing. But the thing about it is, I actually been inside a lot of white people's homes. You know, it's just the thing kids do. You know, we go play video games, we ride bikes and all that. It's not exactly an alien foreign place. Like, maybe he had a bad time one day, and you really can't take this nigga serious, right? You can't really trust nothing this nigga say, because he's clearly motivated by some kind of agenda. Like, you know, Puffy started this whole Revolt TV thing as like a political venture. And so you gotta understand, for Revolt TV to reach out to this fat nigga Kyle, the grits and eggs nigga, specifically to talk about black men and interracial dating, his entire job is to scare you away from white people. And the thing is, like, they're just regular people. They're just ordinary people.
If I had to call my dad, you feel me?
We don't want your dad to show
Oh,
up.
God.
Okay, and what about you, Sheree?
This is a tough one, guys, because Lene, I'm with you on that.
Okay.
As a black woman, I really don't believe wholeheartedly that any man other than a black man can truly connect with me in the way that you described.
Right.
Yeah.
On the other side of that, I have to also own the fact that there are frustrations that I have with a sect of black men in this generation when it comes to partnering, when it comes to potentially being a husband or even a viable boyfriend, that has now put me in a position where, even though I really don't want to be, open to dating men outside my race.
So it's black men's fault that you're now maybe possibly considering being attracted to white men. It's the black man's fault that you might want a white man.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
But it's okay though. It's okay though, because it's Jermaine's fault that you want a white man. And we're just gonna ignore that, right? We're gonna just allow you that. We're gonna give you grace. That's what they call it, right? Grace.
I don't want to do it. Let me be very clear. It's not what I want.
It makes sense.
But it's something that at almost 39 years old, still desiring a family in that life, I may have to be open to.
Yeah.
So I haven't had any experiences necessarily with being in the proximity that you mentioned with white males when it comes to dating. Now, I will say, growing up, my cousin used to always, tease me that I would end up with a white man, and it would make me so mad. It would really upset me. Like, why would you say that? Like, am I not good enough to be with a black man? But that, outside of that comment, no.
We don't have an issue with what you like.
Right. We don't. I don't.
One of our issues, particularly for straight Black women, is that there's not a lot of y'all to choose from.
39 is extra cooked, Freeman's Journal. Now, does she have children yet? Because that kind of, it would change the conversation just a little bit. But 39, you are overcooked. At 39, you are overcooked. They should have took you out of the oven years ago. You just been in there roasting, getting all crispy, losing all of your moisture. At 39, oh man, you barely got a drop of juice left in you.
I almost ran up.
I hate to say it, and I hope it don't sound ridiculous, but the numbers quite literally don't lie.
Right.
And then the way things are also set up, Black women being one of the most educated groups, it is difficult for us to find counterparts. Right. And the counterparts we do have, they got their pick of the litter.
Yes, they do.
Ooh. And now we already have to compete with one another in a way that is, unfortunately, it makes it difficult to be community oriented when we like, because of scarcity mindset. But then when we see you turning the other way, and
that is a lie. And I wish Black folk would stop talking this way, because this is kind of like, the culture of online conversations and all that, because this is literally how people are trained to talk and think about Black America. Like there's an actual training that goes on, but there's no such thing really as community oriented. That is a stupid communist Black people concept that we invented over the years as we were actively destroying the concept of family oriented. If you are family oriented, there's no need to be community oriented, right? Because if the entire community is full of families and the individuals within that family, like the mother and father, are family oriented, then the community will naturally thrive. And you don't have to have midnight basketball, and you don't have to have, some guy to be the community eunuch and be a stepdad to all the kids on the block, right? You don't really need to be community oriented if you start out as family oriented. But they don't understand that. That's why I ain't got no man.
You do it because, and your answer is always because, and I'm not talking about everybody, but for those of you who say your answer is because you dislike this, that, and the other about Black women, it just opens up the whole conversation about beauty standards and privilege. And even you mentioned the white hair, these things that feel exotic. Have you had any personal experiences in either way? Because you're attracted to women, and you being a woman yourself, where you felt like that has influenced your choices, or you could see its influence on the choices of people around you?
You know what? Yes to the aesthetic piece.
Okay.
But I will even go a step further. For me, it goes like to an attitude or perceived attitude piece.
Okay.
Even most recently. Shaq. Hey, Shaq. I love you, but hey. So I did. No, I love Shaq, but he's part of my story.
Okay.
So I was doing a segment on the Shade Room, and I was smiling but very much confident in what I was saying, talking like I'm talking to you all. And Shaq is watching. It's like a live stream on YouTube, and he's like, "She's so pretty, but she's so mean."
Aww.
And I was like, "Shaq, I'm not mean. Why would you say that?" And I think there's something about Black women who are confident and solid in who they are that sometimes can be perceived as we're.
There is definitely a gap between a lot of Black women's self-perception versus how other people perceive them. And it's not really a good thing. There's too much distance in those two positions, right? And then like when a lot of Black men, they want to talk about this thing, you always become the bad guy. But if you're getting universally disliked, if the majority of the places you go, people don't care for you, it's you. If you've been kicked out of 109 chicken spots, bro, there's something wrong with you. It's not the chicken.
Angry, or we have an attitude, or we're boisterous, when we simply just believe in what we're saying, and we naturally emote differently than other races of women anyway. Right. So for me, it's been more of that. I'm taller, so I kind of have a presence about me with that. The aesthetic piece, I hadn't gotten to that point yet, to be honest with you. I haven't gotten to that point of insecurity yet because I'm still dealing with what I just talked to you about.
You don't need to get there. It's
You know
not
what I'm saying? I don't want to get there, but
Yeah.
I do think sometimes just the confidence,
Yeah.
the assertiveness,
Mhm.
it can be a
You're
little
not wrong.
off-putting.
Intimidating.
Yeah. So I think that's the intimidation piece is what I've dealt with.
How about we stop saying intimidating and start saying unlikable? Intimidating is putting the blame on the person who's feeling the feelings. Unlikable is putting the blame on the person who's committing the action. And these are completely different frameworks, right? And this is how language becomes very important. Your word selection becomes important because certain words will walk you down the same path. Other words will completely split off and divert from two different points into two different points. And when you say that men are intimidated by you, it is a self-affirmation that you are positive and righteous in your Black girl strength. But in reality, people just don't like you. And that's a you problem.
Heard that, and I'm gonna let you answer, but I've even heard that specifically in the whole like comparison piece, white women being softer or more malleable or amicable or amenable to particularly Black men leading, but also to my point earlier, it's not a whole lot of y'all left. And in the y'all that's left, how many y'all that can lead?
I don't know.
It's even by a smaller margin. But anyway, go ahead. Deontay.
Right. Deontay can't help y'all. That's the funny thing about these guys who have been like chosen by the I don't know if it's the algorithm or the political gods or whatever, but now he's everywhere. And he's the one who's trying to hold Black men accountable on behalf of Black women. And he can't help y'all. How about all y'all marry that nigga? He got a dreadlock for all of y'all. All y'all grab one and hold on tight.
I'm listening to what you're saying, and it's like all these attributes that Black women have that people want to kind of rein in. If you was Latina, sexy. So it's like that get hard too. And also too, it's like we curate our.
Again, people kind of low-key earn their reputations. And we don't have a lot of video of Spanish women having chimp outs in public. It happens, but it's nothing like what the reputation of Black women is. Like, there is no Latina DMV employee reputation, right? The stereotypes just don't work the same way. Generally speaking, Latina customer service is very friendly. They smile. They're polite. They give you extra napkins and ketchup without bitching about it.
Our feeds on social media to our interests. So my interest, I want to see what Black folks on. So I don't know what other communities doing what they talk about, but I know when it comes to men talking about women, the only people I see publicly degraded all the time, no matter what, is Black women. So it's like I said, I was hyper aware of this young though, because I'm light skinned. Both my sisters brown skin, dark skin. So I would just see how people would approach us like, "Oh my God, you got such nice hair." And we'll then look at my sister and be like, and I'm like, "Hold on, cuz like."
Wow.
Think about what he's telling you right now. Because I want you guys to help me out. I don't understand what he's trying to tell us right here. Think about this story. Random people, like males, I'm assuming, because you say cuz. So dudes are like, y'all got nice hair.
Brown skin, dark skin. So I would just see how people would approach us like, "Oh my God, you got such nice hair." And we'll then look at my sister and be like, and I'm like, "Hold on, cuz like, what's up?" So I always.
What are you trying to say? Is she just as pretty as me? I don't understand what that means, bro. What am I supposed to do with this little, factoid here? How does that help Black women?
So I would just see how people would approach us like, "Oh my God, you got such nice hair." And we'll then look at my sister and be like, and I'm like, "Hold on, cuz like, what's up?" So
He said he telling the crowd act story, bro. Get out of here, Clue. Yeah, that's probably the best word for it. That was Crown Act propaganda right there. This nigga's literally making up Crown Act propaganda. That was like his Rosa Parks day.
I've always been hyper aware because of the differences between me and my sisters in appearance. but I also never liked that I never liked that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But because it's like they look like my mama, so like I don't understand what the problem is.
Yeah.
But the louder people get when it comes to black women about like you too loud, you too to do, and then when you compare it to other women, it just seemed like they were a little bit more contained and controlled. But like I said, when you start talking about Spanish women, then that attitude is sexy. Oh, yo, I had a Spanish girl. She was finna stab me. It was hot. Like,
you can't say on the one hand they have a reputation of being more contained and controlled, and then on the other hand compare them to black women who literally have the opposite reputation. You kind of inherently already know their reputation is calmer, at least, than black women's, right? Even if they do blow up every now and then, like they literally get called spicy, right? That is the general descriptor of the Latina attitude, spicy. They compare her to a few drops of hot sauce on your chicken, bro. And you really gonna act like that's the same reputation that black women have?
Whoa. That's crazy. It's crazy, right? But like seeing grown men act like that, I'm like, hey, brother, what we doing? Because it's like I ain't saying you can't have other preferences. I'm saying I'm a Panthers fan, and if you ask me why I'm a Panthers fan, I ain't gonna say because I hate the Falcons.
Yes.
Is what it is. Says I heard they stabbed you though, Hood. That may be true. I won't argue with that. I've had to personally disarm 2 different black women on 2 separate occasions. I got cut the first time. Gotta be quicker than that.
So it don't make sense.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to move on to the other side of the debate, because sometimes when I see this conversation or this discourse happening on the internet, you get, but it's okay when a black woman does it, when she dates outside her race. And you were just speaking to that a little bit.
Yes.
I've been on these dating apps myself. It's hard out here for us.
That's why I got off.
And there is a prevalence of white men on them apps.
Yes.
And it's not really my thing, but it also just makes it difficult for me to have more options for my dating pool. But for you guys, like, what do you think is the difference between when it's happening amongst black women versus when it's happening amongst black men?
We don't have a lot to choose from. And then we talk about preference, right? So if I'm a black woman who desires to date a man who has a certain faith that he practices, that's in line with mine, that makes a certain amount of money.
What faith do you practice, right? Because I'm going to go out on a limb and say you don't go to regular church. If you go to church, and that's the gigantic big if you go to church, you go to the B. Simone Church for hoes. If she goes to church at all, it is the B. Simone Ho Church. Yes, B. Simone has a whole church. It's crazy too. It's crazy if you look at it. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you the B. Simone Ho Church, bro. It's a real thing. It is a very real thing. Apparently, this is why she broke, because she spent all her money starting up everybody want to start a church right now. It's crazy. But she started up a whole church.
Seeking your face, God. Show us the face of God tonight, Jesus. We're seeking your face, God. We're seeking a breakthrough, Jesus.
Yes. B. Simone is healing the hoes, y'all. Shout out to B. Simone. Out there trying to preach the word to the faithless hoes.
Get it again. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I come in the name of Jesus. Repeat it after me, bitch. I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Everybody want to start a church ever since I started a church, man. I tell you. The Church of Latter-day Hoes is wicked, bro. That's wicked. Not the Church of Latter-day Hoes, bro. That's crazy. And then look. She got on a full sports jacket. She got on like a collared shirt, got on a necktie, and booty shorts, bro. Swear to God, booty shorts. Yeah. In the whole church, she got booty shorts because that's what you wear the whole church. Did you see the little? Let me see. Look, there it is. That's the full shot right there. Got on her nice. She's business up front, but she's party down below. And I mean, this is the outfit equivalent of a what was that haircut? Oh my God, what was that haircut? The Billy Ray Cyrus haircut. What was that one haircut that white guys had? Business in the front, the mullet. This is the mullet. This is the business up top, party down below outfit. Her outfit is literally a mullet. Yeah, the B. Simone Church for Hoes, bro. It's crazy. So when this chick up here is talking about she need a brother that, shares a particular faith, I'm just curious because I don't think you go to regular people church.
That's in line with mine. That makes a certain amount of money.
Now you'll go there.
That has maybe a certain limit with how many children he already has.
Now you're asking for too much.
That may have never been married before, and I'm older.
Yeah.
So we down under the floor by the time we actually vet through every and this.
Hold up. You 39 and you want a nigga that's never been married before. You would think having a dude that's actually been inside of a marriage would be a positive for you. But what do I know about 39-year-old chicks, bro? Y'all be wilding.
This is not, again, I'm not talking about women that are super stringent and have all these high, like over the top standards.
No,
just basic things, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's not high over the top. The bar just being hell.
That's what I'm saying. So we're doing this off just basic fundamental things that we would like. A man who's into his career. Some of them still trying to figure it out. No shade, but again, if you're established, if you're high achieving, and that will go for a man. Like depending, if you may have a standard where, hey, I want to date a woman who has a passion, it's something she's really passionate about, and she's career driven. She can still be a great mom, but she has something for herself. You wouldn't date a woman that necessarily doesn't have anything going for herself.
That's real.
So when the statistics already show, it's not a lot of y'all around, not a lot of good solid guys around, not a lot of guys that care about themselves enough to go to a therapist or.
Remember what I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, like last week, I think, the female loneliness epidemic. It's real. Way worse than the male incel loneliness thing. No, the women are struggling.
To read a book or to go to the gym or to eat a salad. Again, we're under under the couch. And so that's part of it. It's a numbers game. You all have more choices. It just is what it is.
I think also too that like even if I am on the same like economic status as you, my options is different. I might want to go play that field. For that. Like, it's like I don't work that hard. If you ain't got nobody that stayed down with you to your success, and even sometimes, even when you do stay down, like my options change up. I want to go explore them options because we always think it's something better going on. But I think too, my mentality about this is always like, whatever. Like, the whole conversation is like,
he really has no deep thoughts on the issue, by the way. Other than you niggas need to do something, other than it's all Jermaine's fault, he really has no deep, profound thoughts on the issue. He knows nothing. He knows nothing but, I love Black women and I got to do something for them. But he really hasn't looked at it deeply. He hasn't really wrapped his mind around the legal, the social dynamic of it all. All he knows is Jermaine.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Do what you want to do, as long as it's not like, well, I'm dating white men because I hate black men. Like, yeah, I'm cool. But then also too, it's just like, in like a case like Serena Williams. Serena Williams, like the only thing I ever really heard black men compliment compliment her about what's her ass. You feel me? Everything else is like she manly, she this and that. But she go get the white dude. Now the white dude look crazy. He look crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he is a billionaire.
You saw
like,
the swimming
hey,
trunk picture, didn't you?
I did. Shot to look translucent.
I
You hear
didn't
me?
see the swimming trunk picture.
He looked translucent. It's crazy.
Oh, don't say that.
It's a stark contrast.
Okay.
What he like invested in this or something? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But nah, I'm just saying it's like, but you can't go. But then it's like, well, he do got $1 billion, and men respect money. You feel me? So it's like, well, she do got $1 billion, but
he's about to say something right now. Black men really do have a weird cuck kind of approach to the IR thing. Just listen, you'll understand. This is a very cucky thing to say.
You can use that as an example too, but I think also my kind of like point of view is if you go to college, you in your career, you doing your thing, the type of people you around too, it lessens like the black man that you might want. That field do get shorter and shorter because of war on drugs. Like we was funneled into prison, y'all was left out here, and y'all figured it out. Like my mama struggled working regular jobs. I'm gonna go the corporate route, and I'm gonna go do the corporate takeover, and that's what y'all did. That just,
you know, as much as we talk about crime and social dysfunction in Black America, the simple fact is those are the minority of Black men. Like every year, tens of thousands of Black men graduate college still. And so to act like there's none of those guys to pick from, all the guys that you would have picked from are, you know, dead or in jail because they were selling crack. Like, come on. That's another one of those narrative problems where like women have been telling the story one-sided for so long that everybody just believes it.
The stats is though.
But I mean, I feel like I'm trying to get an answer out of y'all that I haven't gotten yet.
Okay, come on.
When we're walking down the street and we see a Black man holding hands with a white woman, we have a very particular experience.
Yes.
But when we be walking down the street, we might see a Black woman with a white man. We might not have that same energy. And where is that setting?
I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes the white boys be pulling some bad. I'm talking about.
This nigga's such a cuck, bro. And I've heard this exact attitude before. Like you compliment a white guy who dates a Black woman, but you hate a Black man who dates a white woman. That is literally a cuck's mentality. You are cuck-holded.
And where is that setting?
I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes the white boys be pulling some bad. I'm talking about. I'll be like, hey.
They do.
My boy.
And what's the Black?
How you gonna be a quote pro-Black? How you gonna be, oh, the white man, the enemy, but you literally feel a little bit of pride when a white man is smashing a bad Black woman. You take pride in that. It's like he was smashing you too. Like she bad, he bad, I'm bad, we all bad together, we all smashing together. Like he really identifies with the Black woman to the point where he takes pride in a white man smashing an attractive Black woman. She getting a dick, he getting a dick too. Dick for everybody. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy work.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
And I had that same energy. And where is that setting?
I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes the white boys be pulling some bad. I'm talking about. I'll be like, hey.
They do.
My boy.
And once the Black wife effect take over, it be
Nigga be like, Brad, yo, stroke that shit for me, Brad. Like, what type of cuck shit you want? And then got the nerve to be a pro-Black, bro. Got the nerve to want to talk down to niggas and shit. Got the nerve to act like you better than everybody. Like, your brain is just more ebonic than all these other niggas' brain. But you out here high-fiving Brad with a bad white Black woman. Why? How? How does that work? How does that put you above everybody else, bro? That shit retarded, man. This whole pro-Black ideology shit is just the most backwards, brain-dead thing ever.
be like, okay, they match.
Honestly, I think a lot of Black women, and I'll speak for myself, and I'm working through not feeling like this. If I'm walking down the street and I see a Black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him. Ooh, something in him is weak.
So think about what you're talking about, right? Listen to what you're telling me about the white man. If the white man can get a Black woman, then it's a good thing, right? But if the black man gets a white woman, it's a bad thing. So what you're saying is that the combination of the white man with a black woman, it's like the superior combination. It's the best combination ever.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Is that what you're really after? And from a sexual marketplace dynamic argument, that's literally what black women are after. They want first dibs at white men, and they want first right of refusal over black men. So even if they can't get a white man, if they want one, they can always have their black men to pick and choose from. That is literally the game they're after right now. And it's a crazy thing to watch when they're just kind of open about it.
Feeling like this. If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him.
Ooh.
Something in him is weak.
I want to preface this by saying, because I don't think we have an opportunity to say it as much. Love is love.
Love is love.
And
Love
as was
Amen.
evidenced in our BEG draft, we just fell in love and she just happened to be white. Sometimes this happens.
No, that's real.
But sometimes it don't. And I just want to contextualize her statement by saying that.
And I appreciate you doing that, because I believe the same. On the other side, I think when I see a black woman with a white man, despite all the historical context that we know that sits behind that, I think, oh, she must have got she's tired. Like she must have got so fed up that she's getting to rest now. And again, why would that be the interpretation?
Yeah.
Because as I mentioned earlier, for me, I don't want to date outside my race.
Yeah.
But it may be my only option at a certain point. So I have to be open to the only. I think there are some black women, not all, because like you said, love is love. But there may be some black women, and they say it on social media. Girl, I tried it. Venus tried it. No, excuse me, not Venus. Serena tried it. Serena dated several high profile black men before she finally turned the corner. So I think we need to also understand and talk about those black women who have been making the effort.
Yeah.
And it's just not panning out. And so they have to say, you know what? I'm going to be open to love, like for real, for real.
When they do it, they have all the reason in the world. It's because structural racism. It's because strong and independent. It's because a black man made me do it.
I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
And then, Clue, you're absolutely right. Black men literally have options where most black women simply don't. And honestly, it's not even a matter of raw physical beauty. And that's kind of the thing that a lot of women, black women, are struggling with these conversations. Like, you're not really losing, quote unquote, because you're ugly. And I think for women, it would be easy to accept if it were that simple, right? Like, the pretty girls get it all, the less attractive girls get less, right? But that's not what's happening for black women. There's something completely different going on, and they're struggling with accepting the reality.
On a grander scale than what I think that I want for myself.
So the whole point of us having this conversation, for me, and I said it at the top of the episode, I'm quite sick of the gender wars. There's far too much going on that is affecting our community for us to be sparring back and forth about really anything. And this is a complete waste of time. It is a waste of time to be having the conversation in the way that we do online, but also there is merit to the complaints black women make about.
It's actually it's valuable because I think a lot of men haven't really heard women talk like that. Like, for a lot of men, you hear women talk when, like, you know, you're at the workplace, or school doesn't really count, but I don't know that a lot of men really know what women think just about a broad range of topics. And so now we have this internet space where women are just talking. And guys are listening to women talk, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm supposed to get with that. Impossible.
About the disparity, the numbers that don't line up for us, on top of these ideas about preference and choice that lean into all of these beauty politics and how from the beginning of time here in America, Black women were pushed to the bottom in terms of desirability. But the point of it all, the point of us having this discussion is
Now we have beauty politics, right? Of course, women would come up with something like beauty politics, but I don't even want to go down that road. I don't even want to let my brain start thinking about stuff like that.
to hopefully bring us to the table to have a friendly conversation discussing the importance of loving on one another, period. The fact that we have to compete and fight each other for love romantically is a product of white supremacy. We are doing exactly what they want us to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it hurts me to see us pick up their tools and beat each other with it.
Blaming everything on the white man. It's literally, the white man must have crazy magical powers. Like, he just be at his job, he be on his couch chilling, and then he stopped Black people from falling in love. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white.
White man just ruining Black love with his magic powers. Like Professor Xavier just putting thoughts into the air, and now niggas can't fall in love, right?
Black media, I'm disappointed because we perpetuate those narratives. We repost. We allow the arguing in the comments. We do all of that. That's us doing that.
Yeah.
When we have all these other opportunities to showcase Black love.
Yeah.
It exists. It exists more than we even allow it to up top. Because
You know what Black love is, as far as these people are concerned? Stedman. You were supposed to be my Stedman.
we're so busy funneling our content the same way that mainstream white media is doing it. Black love is so important. It means the world, at least to me. It's something that I desire for my life.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I get to get it from my father and my uncles and my cousins and my mentors that are men. And I have such good male friends too.
You know, it's crazy. Angry Snowman, he says, the only people who ever told me I'm superior to Black people is Black people. Angry Snowman literally learned his white supremacy from Black people. It's like the Yakub thing is kind of happening in real life. You know what I mean? Angry Snowman learned his white supremacy from Black people. It was Black people who taught him how truly great he was. It was Black people that taught him to unlock his hidden power. Because of Black people, Snowman reached his final form. And honestly, you know what? Having kind of been interacting with Snowman a little bit over the years, I feel like I was a part of that. I feel like I helped Snowman along the way to reach his final white identity.
Fuck you. War.
Such good Black male friends. And they
Now I have to completely disavow Snowman at every now and then too. It's crazy how far we've come. Now he's just totally off on his own. I totally disavow. That nigga is totally on his own now.
Whenever I have those moments where I'm frustrated about, man, I wish these guys would get it together. I think about them. And I'm like, God, thank you so much for loving me enough to give me good examples.
Yeah.
So with that said, it's energizing. And I don't know where I would be in my life if I didn't have it in the capacity, whether it was with my father or my friends or my loved ones in my family. I just want us to do better.
Yeah.
But I think,
you know, there's a term that's been going around the manosphere recently, the Great Reach Back. Shout out to Doc Thunder. Doc, are you familiar with the concept of the Great Reach Back? I've been hearing this term pop up around the manosphere for a while recently. And I think there does seem to be, both on a like social level, like from the podcast arena, you can kind of get it. The social media level, you can kind of see some of it. And then I think politically there is a little bit of a reach back being at least contemplated. Like, you know, the Democrats and their whole $20 million How to Reach Men program. Like, who needs $20 million? You can just literally go to the barber shop, like you guys always say you do, You know, who? How do you need $20 million for this? You know, you could have just hang out at the bus stop. You know, drive to a factory somewhere, right? You want to talk to guys.
In order for us to change these narratives or showcase Black love in the way that I think we should, we have to start listening to each other's hearts. And I don't think we have maturity right now on a grander scale to do that.
And you know, and shout out to Accountable Commentary too. He does a lot of great work. I'm kind of new to his channel, but yeah, he puts out a lot of really good stuff. And recently I heard him do a video about they were never really your woman. They were never cooperative and submissive. They were always rebellious. And I didn't watch it all, but the part, as much as I did watch, he kind of made a decent historical argument that it was always drama. It was always conflict. They came off the porch like Sojourner Truth. You got to give me rights, so this nigga gonna abuse me. Like, they was always stabbing you in the back from jump.
Everything that we love about Black culture is a product of Black love. So you're not here without Black love. Right. You know, when your two Black parents, and you know, it's everything we love about who we are is a product of Black love. We all are hurt.
Don't give me this Black love shit when you was just high-fiving a white man because he had a bad Black woman. This nigga was like, hey, listen, I see a white man with some of these bad Black women, and I'd be like, yeah, you go, buddy. And now he want to talk about Black love. You see what I mean about these new niggas over there, man?
I'm telling you, man, this the reason why I be hating niggas, man. I'm telling you, man. It just be us. I be hating niggas, man.
Niggas confused, bro. These niggas confused, man. They've been in the Forevolution so long, they don't know up from down, left from right. All they know is the Black woman is God. They'll figure the rest out later.
There's systemic factors that cause our hurt. There's an isolation that come with our community that causes infighting between us. And the thing is like, I don't want to admit that I might have hurt you worse than you hurt me. So I'm gonna bring up every time you hurt me, like, nah, but I'm hurt too. But it's like, we all hurt.
Everybody hurts sometimes.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Straight. We good. We all hurt. And a big part of that hurt is because we ain't left alone. So it's all these outside factors. It's all these other communities hating on this, but we left with each other in proximity to each other. And who do you take your pain out on? You feel what I'm saying? So I think that a big part of it is get outside for real. Like, I'm not speaking from Deontay Kyle, the media guy, the podcaster. I'm telling you, since I was a little boy, Black women love me. And I ain't never experienced no different. Black women hurt my heart, broke my heart. I done been cheated on. I done cheated on some of them. I done dished out just as much pain as I done received.
This nigga Jermaine. We found him, y'all. We found Jermaine. And I said that before. Didn't I tell you about players' guilt? I tell you, these niggas, they all listen. Black women love me. I had my choice. I had this one. It was Brenda, Felicia, Linda, Alicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Keisha, Teresa, Wanda, Vonda, and Monica, Yolanda, and Donda. Like, nigga, it was you. You want me to be held accountable for you. The shit I be talking about. Nigga want me to be held accountable for him. How we get here, bro?
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Like, nigga, it wasn't me. It was you. I was trying to have a family with this crazy bitch. You was out here just what these bitches want from a nigga. Come on, man. Don't try to hold me accountable. I am not that guy. You're the guy. Hold yourself accountable. You go stand in the corner.
So it's all these outside factors, it's all these other communities hating on this, but we left with each other in proximity to each other. And who do you take your pain out on? You feel what I'm saying? So I think that a big part of it is get outside for real. Like, I'm not speaking from Deontay Kyle, the media guy, the podcast. I'm telling you, since I was a little boy, black women love me. And I ain't never experienced no different. Black women hurt my heart, broke my heart. I done been cheated on. I done cheated on some of them. I done dished out just as much pain as I done received. But you got to be real about that.
Shout out to the Jermaines out there. We got to drag Jermaine name out the dirt too. They be trying to throw Jermaine name in the dirt.
And the thing is like, I don't want to be nowhere else. So what we tripping for? Like, if you want to be somewhere else, go somewhere else and stay out of our business.
When I tell you, that's it.
If you don't like black women and you a black man, then when we start talking about black love, stay out of our business.
Stay out.
Because we talking to each other. If
Y'all ain't talking to each other. Y'all are talking down to men. That's really these type. That's all these conversations ever boiled down to. Like, I've been a part of so many of these type of conversations. Y'all not talking to each other. Y'all talking down to men. As soon as the men have anything to say that, changes the nature of your conversation, you get uncomfortable. You don't want to deal with it. Now the men are wrong. And then you're going to later on talk about how men supposed to be leaders, but you got to lead the black woman exactly how she want to be led. You can't just lead.
If you don't want to,
that's white man shit.
Be in the black community. If you don't believe in black love, if you don't appreciate the sacrifices that were made just for you to be here, to type on your phone about your hatred, then stay out of our business.
What sacrifices, nigga? What black man came up with the internet? I thought Al Gore invented the internet. Now we was the internet. Did he just do a we was on the internet? I thought Al Gore invented the internet. What are you talking about, bro?
If you don't want to be in the black community, if you don't believe in black love, if you don't appreciate the sacrifices that were made just for you to be here, to type on your phone about your hatred, then stay out of our business. And then
he gonna fight you for black women. He will fight you. He will physically assault you. He will hunt you down.
What black community? It's a black environment with black women and black children in it.
To type on your phone about your hatred, then stay out of our business. And then we'll be straight. Because it exists on the echo chamber on the internet for sure.
Absolutely.
It's worse on the internet. It's real in real life. I be feeling it.
Yeah.
But
whoa. So it's real in real life? So in real life, you know that there is something like tension between, a lot of the men and the women. There isn't a lot of love in the air, huh? You're feeling a lack of love in the air, right? It's interesting. So it's not like the internet niggas are just making shit up, right? They're describing reality. They're not attempting to create a new one, right?
It's absolutely.
We don't treat each other like that.
I want to thank y'all so much for this conversation. It was beautiful. And like so many things when it comes to love and identity and community, there are no easy answers, just layers to unpack and truths to sit with.
This was really like a public service announcement. You guys remember like back in the day, we used to have an after school special, hey kids, don't do drugs, right? We used to have after school specials about like teenage pregnancy. Hey kids, don't have sex. If you do, wear a condom, right? We had after school specials about don't join a gang. Hey, kids, be careful of gangs. Those guys are bad news, right? This was basically like an after school special about don't date white women. Hey, black guys, don't date that white girl who goes out of her way to make you happy. Hey, black guys, those white girls are really scary, huh? Hey, black guys, that white girl's gonna call you the N-word. This was really like an old school after school special trying to scare black men away from the pitfalls of dating a white woman. It's really crazy when I think about it. This is like a really old school public service announcement after school special. This is like one of those 1950s PSAs about predators and stuff. Here's Jamal. Jamal is just playing on the playground alone one day. And this dangerous white girl walks up to him. We'll call her Becky. Becky says she likes Jamal. Jamal's a little bit unsure. But Jamal doesn't want to be mean to Becky, so he plays with Becky. The community has never seen Jamal again. This is really like a 1950s style PSA about warning black men away from the dangers of Becky. Like one day, you'll just get a whiff of Becky and the community will never ever hear from you again. Your mom gonna be on the news. Little Jamal, he just loves to go to the playground and just play. He just swing on the swings. And I just know one day he gonna come back to me. I just know. He going with a Becky. He going with a Becky, but I know he gonna come back to me one day. This is really like one of them old school 1950 PSAs, bro. This is actually terrible when I think about it. Like, this is really deep. This is really, really deep, bro. Oh, man, we could get ChatGPT to script that now. A modern day 1950s PSA warning black men about the dangers of Becky. White stranger danger. Oh, man, this is crazy. That's exactly the title for it, too. That's what they should have named this whole Revolt TV segment, bro. White stranger danger. Got to teach the black men to be very, very wary of strange white Beckys. She might help you with your homework. She might introduce you to her uncle he's hiring. He needs people to work on his construction crew. She might go with you to the gym. She'll teach you to do things like play tennis and racquetball. You'll be riding bikes through the park. Oh my God. Oh my God. You will be riding bikes through the park. Oh, man. Whatever you do, black men, don't fall for the traps. The Venus flytrap is actually named after a Becky. Yeah, Venus, you gotta think about it. Venus, the goddess, Venus flytrap, Venus, the goddess of love, Venus flytrap, they were trying to warn you about the Becky. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, watch out for the Beckys.
When I die, I'ma go to Snow Bunny heaven. Snow Bunny heaven.
But anyway. Wow, I told you it was gonna be interesting. They really did a whole black man PSA about don't date the white women. And mind you, they were cheerful. Downright, not only were they accepting of black women dating white men, they were cheerful. It was high-fiving. Like, damn, Brad, that was a fine white woman you got there. Like, she bad. I wanted her for myself, but now that you got her, she look better on you than she does with me. Like, this nigga Grits, this nigga is an amazing fat boy. Wow, bro. I can't believe he really went there. Like, he was like, really, like, I'd be impressed with these white boys that get them a black girl. Like, he really went there. I can't believe this is how it was, man. But that's what we do here, man. We got to take a look at the dark side of things. This is how it really is, bro. They hate you. Just accept that you're hated. Now you can go forward righteously. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody coming through tonight. We have been growing this channel amazingly over the last month or so, and I got to thank each and every one of y'all for helping me get to this point. Who knows how big we'll get over here, but I want to be bigger. I want to get this thing as big as I can get it. I need this channel to grow, and I can't do it without you guys. So I appreciate you all so much, man.
It's Uncle Remus spinning his warm, funny stories.
Like, the manosphere been hijacked by fucking entertainers, conservative entertainers, by the way.
Y'all have a great night, man. Hit that like button on the way out for me. Thank y'all so much once again. We are done. We're going to throw this one in the bag. Peace, y'all.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.